So imagine working 10 to 12 plus hours a day just to get paid a wage that's less or slightly meeting the current cost of living in your state. Well, for teachers, this is a reality. And teachers are very much underpaid because they go way beyond their pay grade, and also they spend a lot of time and money in their profession. Time and money that isn't reimbursed by the school. And also, they do not make enough money to live in their respective cities. First point I want to bring up is that teachers go above and beyond for their students, their faculty, and their school. Teachers spend a lot of time learning how to teach their kids, as well as adapting to new teaching styles, as well as spending a lot of time with their kids. And sometimes they can be a mentor, a parent figure. And I've had a teacher be a parent figure to me. Have any of y'all had any?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, that being said, they didn't have to do that. They chose to do that because they cared about y'all. Another thing they do that goes above and beyond is they protect their students, from potential dangers such as, school shootings, natural disasters. They take precautions, and they're always going to put their students ahead of themselves. And also, they go above and beyond because they get physical at work. There's altercations between students, teachers, stuff like that, and they put themselves in harm's way to prevent it. So those are just some ways that they go above and beyond. But aside from time, they spend a lot of money in it. They spend a lot of money putting towards the students, putting towards the school, towards their faculty, for copy paper, stuff like that, because schools nowadays, they don't budget enough. A lot of things are turning into tech savvy things, computer oriented stuff, and there's not much room in the budget for supplies, so that's left up to teachers to do it. And they spend a lot of money, according to CNN, that 92% of teachers that invest money do not get reimbursed back their money. And that teachers on an average spend about $500 every 2 years. That's $500 out of the already low pay check they're already getting. So I don't believe it's fair that they're getting paid that way because they're investing a lot of money into it, And not only do they invest it into their school, they invest it into their classrooms. They're trying to build up an environment for their students to better learn. And it's shown that the way you learn is affected by your environment. And the more positive your environment, the more comfortable you are, the more you're going to learn and the more positive of an impact it's going to have on you. And if this wasn't enough to convince you that teachers should get higher pay, then I should just, bring the statistics in. So in 38 states out of the 50 states in the United States, that there are teachers in those states that make less than the current cost of living. And I read an article on New York Times, and it showed this graph here. And these are just 5 states out of the 38 that are under the cost of living. They're the most drastic. And as you can see, one of our own states is here, Texas. And it's just, like I said, it's not fair to the teachers. Let's see. Some of them, to compensate for the gap of pay, a lot of them have to take up second jobs. And, in the summer when they're done teaching, they have to go take up the second jobs and, make up that money. For one, because they may have families they have to provide for, they have bills, stuff like that. And it's not easy to make a living off of salary pay alone. And there is also proof that I read an article that in the New York Times article that teachers make 14% less than any other job profession that requires the same level of education. So it's not fair that I, as a potential future animator, can make as much money as someone that's held up with high regards, as a firefighter or a doctor or a policeman, that I'm making more money than them. So today I talked about how teachers should be getting paid more, and it shows through, their time being put into work, their effort put into work, their sacrifices that they make to, teach you and shape the future. I mean, they are the future. They shape the future. They shape society. So, in conclusion, I would like to encourage you to email those teachers, reach out to those teachers that, impacted your life so greatly, that led you to be where you're at right now, that led you to all these successes, and thank them. Thank them for the time they spent on you. Thank them for, the efforts they put into you, into your education. And also, I urge you to, when the time comes for to raise teacher pay, for the fight for it, that you get involved, that you be in the rallies, that you sign petitions, vote, and just raise awareness to the topic. Thank you.